of monkeys, rats, and humans. And as he worked on it for decades, and though the DNA was very different, he started realizing that there is something very similar. So he added other species into it. It was, I think there was horses and pigs and cows and flowers. And he realized that whether it was a plant, a human, or an animal, there is something that is exactly the same to every creature, every living being, everything in the DNA. And that has to do with the structure of the DNA sequence. The DNA in itself is different. The sequence is always the same. And it was built in such a way, DNA is kind of like a coil type of thing.
Yeah.
But he started realizing that as the coil goes, he was really kind of pondering why and how. If you look at those coils, if a coil starts opening up, the cell dies, and that's the cause of cancer and all kinds of diseases. It literally implodes on itself. So what is it in the DNA that prevents it from happening? And he realized that there are these bridges that are connecting. Within the DNA, there are all these bridges that are connecting the coils of the DNA. And those bridges for every living species are at exactly the same intervals. And they are repeated. And the intervals are 10, 5, 6, 5. And they're always repeated. 10, 5, 6, 5. In perpetuity. Flower, tree, human, dog, cat, everything. Fish. 10, 5, 6, 5. It keeps repeating itself. That's the sequence in the coils that is preventing the cell from exploding. That is what keeps us alive. Being a rabbi, Jews do not use numbers, Orthodox Jews. They use letters as designation of numbers. The number 10 is designated by the letter Yud. The number 5 by the letter Hey. 6 is Vav. Hey, 5 is Vav.
God.
Wow.
Lord Jesus.
I'm writing it in the Hebrew sequence. Yud Hey, Vav Hey. Yahweh's name is in our very DNA. So not only does he call us to know his names, he has put his very name in us. In the very fiber of our being, it's right there.
And it repeats, y'all.
And it repeats
over and over
and over and over and over and over.